All right. We are recording this on Friday afternoon before free agency starts. So everything we're saying is probably going to be completely outdated in a couple days. But we're gonna talk anyway.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Hey,
What the hell?
yeah, but there is actually a lot to talk about. Let's just review what's happened so far. Before the draft, they traded for what's his face?
Reilly?
Reilly
Is
Smith.
his name? Yeah.
They traded a 2024 third round pick for Reilly Smith from Vegas. He's 32, but he's still very good, and he has 2 years remaining at a reasonable rate. So basically, this is what Dubas wants to do. He wants to pick players off from other teams because the world sucks and the salary cap really hasn't gone up at all. So
Got
there's
a
a
whole
bunch.
million.
Yeah, it went up
Extra.
a whole million, which is sort of impressive. But
Did they
uh
ever come to an agreement with doing extra games for extra bumping?
no,
Did you? Okay. I didn't know.
I didn't hear about that, but
What I heard was they were trying to get the union to agree, like to bump up the salary cap. They would bump it up even more, but they had to play like 2 extra games a year. But
please no
mean,
more
I don't know.
games.
Maybe that was all,
There's already enough games. There's already too many games. They should play
no,
less games, not
they should
more.
play 100 games back to back. Every day. Oh,
That would be fun. They kind of did that year that they had the strike. They're like, okay, let's play 50 games in 25 days or something like that.
well, then there was that one year that we had the most back to back games. It was like, I think it was the 2018, maybe. It was like 18 back to back games.
Fun.
But
Fun.
I didn't notice that bad this year as I was looking at the schedule.
So this looks to be a really good deal. Yes, he's old, but he's still
I love how
good.
you think 32 is old. And even in the hockey world, 32 is not that old. Look at your aging three. Look at your
Don't
top
they are
four.
precious baby angels, and
Oh,
they will nothing. You can't talk about Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. They are precious baby angels, and they will you can't say anything bad about them. They're perfect. So there. But no, I mean, well,
32, I get it. But
he's
Yager's playing. He's 55.
he's going to basically replace Zucker. They're probably not going to keep Zucker. And Zucker was 31, so technically they got older. Oh well. This seems to be a good deal. He's a penalty killer. He has speed. He's scored like 25 goals. He's everything you want except for an old man.
How many goals did Zucker get though this year? Hold on, you know what? I wonder if I can pull that up myself.
Zucker had a good year. Here, well, the big debate is do you try to keep Zucker or not? And I say no.
It depends on how much he's asking.
Oh, he's going to ask for a lot. He's going to probably make at least 5 or 6 million.
He's already making, I think, 5. I have a free agency pulled up.
My
cap hit is he's 5.5 cap hit right now.
Yeah, and my thing about Zucker is they had him for what, 3 or 4 years?
He really exploded last year. The year of the signing.
Yeah, hey, that's smart. But like every other year he was hurt.
This year too for a little bit.
It's like, yeah, he's just, to me, he's just not reliable. And even when he wasn't hurt, he like those years he just wasn't good because he was probably playing hurt. No, I don't want that.
Like Tristan Jarry played hurt.
Like Tristan Jarry played hurt. Yes, we'll talk about him too. Heck, let's talk about him now. What the heck? So he is not signed.
Nope, he has a 3.5 cap hit right now.
So he's not signed, and basically what I hear is
they don't want him.
Well, it's not, maybe they don't want him, but maybe maybe they do want him, but just really cheap, which is I think the way you go with him.
Well, if he would come in cheap, yeah, I would keep him. But they're talking about Matt Murray. Did you hear bringing Matt Murray?
Matt Murray's not coming back.
Dude, I would laugh. I wouldn't even care. But they're talking, I don't know if they're talking about Gibson.
There is a strong rumor that they're going to get Logan Thompson from Vegas. He's only 26. He played 37 games last year, has a save percentage of .915 and a 2.65 goals against. So it sounds like, because Vegas already has that other goalie,
Aiden Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
was this guy the second? Because Hill was the third. He was the third goalie, and he ended up just taking that spot up. I don't know if you know offhand. It looks like you're looking it up. I'm sorry.
I don't know. But that is it's a strong rumor, whatever that means.
It means somebody sitting there. One of the people who screams shoot at a game is telling you what's going to happen.
Possibly. Those are my favorite people. I love when people at a game just are the whole time, either the coach or the GM know exactly what needs to happen. And if only they would listen to him. If only.
My favorite's when they're up in the 200s. That's my favorite, because I always look around and think, yeah, man, they really put those coaches up here in the 200 section.
They do. Yeah, it's who's Yuri Patera? Who the heck is that? Anyway, I mean, Thompson played almost half the year last year, and it looks like he did pretty well. So, and he's young. So I'm
looking him up. He's not a bad looking dude.
Oh, is he cute?
His stats, you know.
Oh, you're talking about his stats. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, you'll love him. He's cute.
Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Looks like a dude.
He's no Phil Kessel, I know.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the feeling about Jari is, he says, okay, I want to come back at this much, and the Penguins probably offered him a lot less. And at this point, the Penguins can say, you know what? Why don't you go try? Why don't you go try in free agency and see how you do there? And then when that doesn't work out, you come crawling back to us, and we're actually going to try. We're going to offer even less than we did before.
I get what you're saying. I don't think there's that cutthroat as they should, but Jari is not making that. This was not the year to play poorly. You can look at Zucker and be like,
thank you.
He kicked it up because he knew he could get more money. And you look at like Jari, and I'm not fully blaming Jari. You know my thoughts on Jari. I feel like I have seen him. I question what happened this year. From the fact that we had like 6 games in a row that they won or whatever it was, and then to like just tanking, and then him getting hurt and all that. I wonder exactly if he wasn't playing hurt. It was just a weird, it just didn't feel right. This whole season wasn't very well either.
But to your point that Zucker did it perfectly. He waited till the last year of his contract to have his best year.
Oh, well, that's what you're going to most remember.
And Jari waited till, well, I mean, really, he hasn't been
the worst.
He's had his issues.
Yeah. I feel like, they really relied on the first year. They really relied on DeSmith, I think, back when they had them both heavily. And I just don't think DeSmith is anything good.
No.
I feel bad, but they kept pushing him. And
I don't know about that.
Man, I think he's one of the boys, and I'm not into him. But I don't think he's that fantastic. But if he's still signed with us, he's not a free agent, is he?
He is not. No.
Keep him as a backup, I guess, for that Thompson. If we can get
what
good.
You know what? DeSmith, I don't know if he has what his contract is, but I'd like to see DeSmith in Wilkes-Barre.
He was in there.
Yeah. Bring him. Just let him. Just let just
I
let him.
don't think he's a two-way anymore, though. I
Third
don't think his
goalie.
contract is two-way.
Here's probably not. My ideal scenario would be Jari comes back cheap, but he's the backup, or he plays like they have basically like they basically need a 1 and a 1A. They need somebody good, and but they basically need two good goalies. The Smith is okay as a backup. He's good to play like 10 games a year or something like that.
God forbid if somebody gets hurt.
Exactly. You're screwed. If you're relying on the Smith, you're screwed.
I feel like one, let's just say the defense has to get better. But that being said, if we're just going to focus on goalies, if we can get somebody in cheap, if this Logan Thompson guy, if he's our Lord and Savior, if he's cheap and he can handle the workload, okay, have DeSmith back him up. If you can get Jari on the cheap, have him back him up. Because I have more faith in Jari, even as a backup, than I do DeSmith at this point.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what Logan Thompson's contract is.
Yeah, what's his? I couldn't see the hit, and I can't look at you and look at this at the same time.
Oh God, he's disgustingly cheap. Okay, he's only making $766K.
Oh, he's league minimum.
He's only making, and he signed for 23-24 and 24-25, and then he becomes unrestricted in 25. So they would have him for 2 years.
Get him. But what are we giving up for him? That's Crosby, what I would like.
Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. That's
okay. Yeah, go ahead. Just yeah.
No, I mean that's a good question. What would they give up?
Because what do we have?
We don't have any damn prospects. That's for sure.
Are they going to take P.O. Joseph?
That's a possibility. Joseph.
I'm looking at this list. This is what scares me just a little bit. Is I looked up the list because I wasn't 100% sure who the free agents were this year, and when you have a list like 15 people long, it's scary.
Of what? All available free agents?
All of our free agents.
All of
like
our free agents?
Dumoulin, Jari, Bonino. Oh, poor guy. But then it's like Archibald and Drew O'Connor and stuff.
Well, okay, so some of them will be restricted free agents. So
yeah, I do have that.
It is Paling, O'Connor, and Ty Smith are restricted. So they'll probably be back. Who?
Philip Hollander.
Yeah. Although he basically gave the team the middle finger and says, "Screw you, I'm going to Europe." So that was like one of their few prospects that just said, "Screw this, I'm out of here."
Listen, I tell you, I do like Ty Smith.
Yeah, I think. Ty Smith.
He was in Wilkes-Barre, and he actually, as a defenseman, he was scoring some goals, like good goals down there. Over there, I don't know.
Well, that's what really. Well, I think there was two factors why Ty Smith didn't come up. One, Hextall was so terrible and had the team right up against the salary cap. So even if they wanted to bring him up, they couldn't because Hextall's an idiot. The second reason, which scares me, is Sullivan hates the kids,
which is stupid. He, I've watched him and I do like him as a coach when he's fired up. I felt like for the first few years, he really had that fire in him. You would see him. He looked like a man who liked his job and who wanted to really get everybody on board. Lately, I just see him standing there like, meh, I'm getting my paycheck. Like me at my last job. I just don't see it anymore. When they're screwing up, he's not like getting fired up anymore.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I think it's just a situation where it's a good coach that's just been around too long in place.
Time to fire him mid-season, please. Mid-season, so we can go on and win the cup.
There you go. That's the that's the template right there. That's how you do it. That's how the Penguins do it. Bring back Michel Therrien. So yeah, the restricted ones are Drew O'Connor, Paling, and Ty Smith. I would expect them all to come back, and because they're actually cheap and kids. So but yeah, Zucker is probably gone. Jari is probably gone. Dumoulin, I heard that they were talking to his agent. Don't even talk to his agent. I don't know who his agent is. Don't even talk to him. If Dumoulin comes back, I don't know. I might give away all my Penguin stuff. I don't know if
You
I could
would
be
not.
a
You're
fan
just
anymore.
talking like one of those dudes who scream shoot. Listen, he's at 4 something a year. I
God,
just
no. Oh,
don't.
no. Don't you
He's
dare
not
bring him
worth
back.
it. And
Don't you
I don't think he was
dare.
worth it. Hell, when was the last time he signed? I don't know what this last deal was worth, like when he signed with us last, but
It was like, yeah, it was probably like a 4 or 5 year deal or something like that.
um,
That's back when he was good. It's just the past couple years he's been just basically ever since he's been hurt, he just never recovered.
bye. But
Um,
I look at some of these people and I think of these and I try to think of myself outside of the Pittsburgh area and say, if you would hear this name, would you know who the hell this dude is? Are you doing a Rubik's Cube right now?
yeah, how'd you know?
Because I
You
could
just heard
see.
me. You just heard the Rubik's Cube. Wow, that's impressive that you would know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not good.
I don't know how to do these things. Do you know how to?
Spin. No, I don't, because I don't know how to do it.
I pretend. Sometimes I pretend like, oh yeah, like like that one dude did it in 3 seconds.
There's a way. It'll tell you how to do it. You're supposed to spin it a certain way. I can't do it.
I don't know.
I'm not that smart.
Um,
But I try to think of myself outside of this area and go, if I heard the name Brian Dumoulin, would I think, wow, what a top defenseman? No, I don't think
no, but like if you were to try to trade him and you said, hey, you want Brian Dumoulin, and some other team would say, well, no. But you say, do you want 2-time Stanley Cup champion Brian Dumoulin? Was like, oh my God, yeah.
they're not that stupid. They look at the stats. They're like, oh, he's a -23. Never mind.
Hey, that was how they got rid of Rod Scuderi like 5 years ago.
I literally just talked about him last night. This
The
is
piece.
so weird.
He is the piece. Okay, so speaking of defensemen, there is a rumor that they are trying to trade for Noah Hannafin from Calgary. The Penguins are on a short list of teams which would Hannafin would approve a trade. Said a source close to the player. Source close to the player. It's either the dude or his agent, or
His
like
mom.
his mom or something
Helena?
like that. Was granted anonymity so they could speak freely. I love this.
It's him. At that point, I'm like, if you had to have anonymity, it has to be you. I wish you could blur my face right now so I could be like, listen, I have inside information.
I see. That's what I want. Sources. I want
Protect your sources, and I understand that because it might blow things up.
Well, he's still with the team, so he can't. But he is apparently, if he has like a no trade clause or something like that, or he doesn't, he would. The Penguins are actually on that list. He's only 26, so I mean, you can't. He's like 10 years younger than everyone on the team. That you can't have that.
And Calgary was closer. Well, they were right on that line, just like us trying to get into the playoffs. Like they got cut off like within the last game, and we were like,
they're kind of a mess in Calgary. They gave away Kachuk, who basically became put the league on fire. They're kind of a mess there, but yeah. So they're looking for a defenseman. They're also looking to trade Jeff Petrie. And why on earth would anybody want Jeff Petrie?
I don't know, but like, who was it that just got rid of Perry and he went to Chicago, and Chicago did sign him again?
But Corey Perry's like,
dude, everyone was saying that he was going
79 years old, something like that. He is extremely old.
I love how age. Listen, I get in professional sports, 30 is like you're a geriatric, but you really act. He is 38.
Yeah, 38 is pushing it.
38, but he's now the Blackhawks for a year and like $4 million. I can't.
I don't know.
I think they were a team that had they had to hit bottom. I think they had to hit bottom cap because I think they had a lot of
Listen,
space.
the Blackhawks should give the Penguins whatever they want because the Penguins handed Bedard to them.
Oh, stop.
They did. That was they it was because of the
This
Penguins
was
that they
in.
got Bedard.
How did they get him? How did
Because
we
they
pause it?
lost to them. Because they lost to them that second to last game of the year.
That-
So they're trying to trade Petrie. Also, who else is a free agent? So there's Kulikov.
Mhm.
Yeah, Archibald Bonino and Danton Heinen will probably be gone. Oh well.
I don't see us going for Benino again. I honestly think
No,
that was.
no.
I felt bad because he did get hurt, but like I think that was more like a, hey, it's a cheap filler. People still like him because he was on the cup winning teams, and they knew that we were gonna not make it, and they tried to do anything to be like, hey, look, it's not so bad.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean the main thing they need to do is get a goalie. And they
I
still have like
mean,
15 million in space.
15?
They have 15 right now. They have 15 million. They had 20 million, and then they traded for Reilly Smith. So they still have 15 million in space to play around.
Listen, hold on a second. I'm not sure if this is true or not. I'm looking it up, but
Oh, are you talking to your sources?
yeah, hold on. I'm like talking to my source. No, I'm actually looking. I tried to find like who's out there who's cheap right now. And you know who popped up? Ian Cole.
Oh, I
He was
love Ian
I loved him,
Cole.
but I'm not sure if he's actually a free agent or if this is just a like from like 3 years ago.
There is a rumor, or not a rumor, but just a thought that maybe they should go after Max Domi or Michael Bunting, whoever the heck he is.
I'm not into Domi. I just don't. I feel like he's going to command more money. We can't.
I
We
just have a
can't
feeling
bring a lot in.
I have a feeling he would be a massive disappointment. I just don't think. I mean, I don't
Why?
even yeah,
He's
because
a
I think
tough
he's
name,
been a
and
disappointment everywhere. I think he hasn't really done much.
I think for what it's worth, I think he's been pretty decent and consistent. It's not like you know that name though. You know that name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he can't be. You don't have a name and still be in the league this long and be that terrible.
Yeah, yeah, he's not terrible, but he's not great. He's not good. He's just hey, but I mean, I just want somebody different. Apparently they're keeping Granlund because they didn't
I
buy
think
him
they
out.
can get rid. Well, I don't. Maybe they're working on a trade.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Granlund, and Petrie for Bedard. Let's do it. I mean, Bedard probably hasn't even like signed, like like filled out his W-2 forms and stuff. So, yeah, just bring him over here.
Ian Cole is. He's a 3 million.
What? How old
Ian
is he
Cole is.
though?
I don't know. Hold up. Everybody chill. I have
What
to.
are your sources telling you about how old he is?
He doesn't tell me. Oh, he is
He's
34.
34.
I would take a gamble with Ian Cole again. He seemed like he had heart. And I know that's not the end all be all, but I feel like he would put himself, he blocks shots. I feel like he would put himself in the game and he really actually I liked him. I felt he was a very good defenseman. I really,
From what my sources tell me that he didn't get along with Sullivan, so he's not coming back.
wow. Who's your
Even
source?
though,
Is this
but
Sullivan? Is this Sullivan? You can just tell me. I'm not going to tell anybody.
maybe he didn't get along with Sullivan because at the time he was young, but he's not young anymore, so maybe Sullivan will like him.
I don't think the whole fact is the thing is I think Sullivan's stuck in his ways, and I think he likes people that will listen to him and not try to be like, "Hey, listen, we've tried the same play 100 times, and they keep beating us. can we change it up? And it's no.
It's the
I'll tell you
same
right
people
now.
doing the same things the same way. And it's just really frustrating. And that's
Yes.
why I really hope they would get rid of Sullivan. I think he's a good coach. I just think he's been around here too long. They
It's not
need
like,
something different.
I'm not asking for a drastic change, but something needs to change when you're playing the same stuff you were playing. And that was great 5-6 years ago when it was working. It's not working now. You're seeing, and you know, you said the thing where wow, what was that face for?
No, I'm just frustrated. No,
Oh,
I'm not mad at what you said. I'm just frustrated at the situation.
no, it is frustrating. And it's you can bang your head against the wall over and over and over, but that doesn't mean, like, yeah, you'll start to make some progress of putting the hole in the wall, but it's not going to be as fast as if you changed it, maybe got a hammer. You know, it's something needs to change. And either we have to, you're looking around and everybody's super quick. They're running circles around us.
They thought they were quick. They were quick. They were quick 5 years ago. They're not anymore. Everybody is caught up.
I mean, you can't, you know, you look at the HBK line and how they just mesh together, and you look at the defensemen that just fit, and they were quicker. They were 6 years younger.
You know what? They've been trying to chase that HPK high for the last 5 years.
That is something
Never
that's just
again.
It's never gonna, like, it's a rarity, and it just meshed and just
remember, and that was your third line.
Yeah, you had powerhouses.
You had Crosby on your first line with like Gensel and Rust. You had Malkin with who knows whoever, and then you had your third line, which was, and that's why there was no, everybody's third line sucks, and they were rolling out HBK and they were just skating circles around everyone. It was amazing.
And it's crazy because Hagelin was fast. And the fact they let him go was a little upsetting. And then they tried to get him back and they couldn't because for whatever reason, JR doesn't know roles.
The only reason that they got rid of Hagelin was because Jim Rutherford was mad. It was amazing. He's like, I'm mad and I'm mad at you. So I'm getting rid of your friend just to teach you a lesson. Would you just give
I'll split you kids up right now. No more talking. He was quick. He did have that speed, and they did. You could have put us on the fourth line, and they still would have won the cup. It was ridiculous.
I can't even skate.
And oh my, and I mean, you did have the defense was just on point, and you had Murray, and he was great at the time. I feel bad for him, actually. It's just such a fall from grace.
See, that's why I don't think Murray's going to come back. It's the same reason that I don't think,
because they will run him out again. I know not everybody is keen on the groups of Facebook that I'm in, like you are, but the women were making fun of him, and I'm going to be like, you're going to make fun of him for wearing skinny jeans, but listen here, fatty. First off, okay, as a fatty, I'll say this: you ain't on the ice. You're not doing anything. You're going to make fun of him for the stupidest things. Yeah, man. Listen. He got hurt a lot. Then his dad died. And I really think he needs a therapist. Like Fleury needed one back in the day when everyone turned on him and he lost it. Goalies are mental. Go see a therapist, get some stuff worked out. I think he would be a decent backup at this point if he could stay healthy.
I don't know. Yeah, I think there is some mental issue there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he got hurt this year because he was with Toronto. I don't know.
Well, it's Toronto, and then something like a hockey gnome comes out and goes, they can't win the cup, and then like Nancy Kerrigan hits him in the Tanya Harding his knee or something. That's probably what happened.
Okay.
Yes.
So he got Tanya Harding. Okay. The other thing is they had a draft and they got some dude. I don't even
They
care.
got some dude. He seems like he seems like he'll fit in. Jaeger.
Yeah. You know what? There's no way this kid's gonna work out. Could
do you say
you
that?
could you imagine every time he scored, they would yell Jaeger bomb.
Brandon Yeager. I would love
We
that.
don't need that. We don't need that.
Oh,
That's juvenile. Grow up,
you're the one
people.
who thought it up. No one else has ever said that. You're the first one to bring it up. Who's the
No,
juvenile here?
my problem is that they drafted him at all. I looked it up, and it's about 50 to 60% of every first round draft class of every team actually makes it to the NHL.
Well, yes.
So you got a 50-50 shot of him actually being anything. And that is 3 or 4 years from now. Maybe. He's 18.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
here's the thing. I think drafts, I get it, but every year they make a big deal, but only every once in a while do you have a Crosby, a McDavid, a Lemieux, who is really great. They're making like last year. Remember the dude who is, oh God, I can't think of his name. He was supposed to get picked up, and I guess Montreal didn't take him, and he gave him like the dirty eyes and shit. And then like I haven't heard anything about him. Where is he? Oh, he went back down. I forget the dude's name. I'm not gonna lie. He was so jazzed because I guess he was supposed to be picked like number 1 or 2.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about 18-year-olds here. It's like, okay.
They're talking about Bedard,
yeah.
whatever his name is. Badonkadonk. They're like, oh, so you're gonna face Crosby and the Penguins on October the 8th. I'm like, oh, we already have him in the NHL. Okay.
Oh, Bedard will be there. He'll be there. Bedard is basically the next Crosby. And yeah, Bedard is.
So was McDavid. Where's his Stanley Cup? How many years
I'm just saying talent wise.
Where was Austin Matthews? Wasn't he supposed to be like the best thing in the world?
He's pretty good.
Still floundering around in Toronto.
He's pretty good.
Oh
no,
yeah.
but I mean, but if you're talking like top 5 in the first round, okay, yeah, that's legit. But everything else is a total crapshoot. They should have traded that first round pick for something good now, and they could have got. If they got a third rounder, if they gave him a third rounder for Reilly Smith, who could they get for a first rounder? Someone good.
Well, Vegas had to dump people as well. You're looking at they were up. I think they were close to their cap. They had to get rid of some people, kind of like Boston's working on doing now, and Toronto. I don't know. I'll see him. He looks like a good player. Will he make it? Who knows? But you're looking at people that we've had. Yeah, we had Crosby and he worked out. And we've had draft picks that didn't work out, but you're looking at somebody that, we've also drafted someone real deep, and all of a sudden they became a star or whatever. You see these random guys coming out of who were, third, fourth round picks, and they end up actually being better than some of the flops you get in the first round.
You know why? You know what? Puustinen is one of their better prospects, and I think he was like a 6th or 7th round dude. You know why? Because they're 18. When you were 18, you know what? I barely knew how to talk. I don't know. Maybe I was still crawling. I'm not sure when I was 18
I don't
years
even
old.
know you know how to walk yet, but
I don't. I think I was still in diapers. Yeah.
But you keep going, oh, they're 18, those little babies. But then you go 32. He's an old man. Oh my God, he'll be done. I don't know how he can skate on the wheelchair.
I don't know. He is a marvel. He could.
These are people who have, since they were 4 years old, put skates on and have played probably most of every year, traveling, doing all that, and 18 or not. Yeah, some of these guys will go, I watch college hockey too, because Penn State's down the road and I go to their games. So they're still playing and stuff. And some get drafted, some don't, some make it, some don't. But you're stuck on this 18, but this is what they've been doing for 14 years already.
I get that, but still a lot of them don't pan out.
Oh yes, that's every professional sport.
But no, wait a minute.
I wanted to be a professional wrestler. Look at me right now.
You could still be a professional wrestler.
I could also be a sumo wrestler. Let's rock and roll, whatever. But
Um, no, okay, but here's the difference. In hockey, they draft them when they're 18. In football, they draft them when they're like 20 or 21.
Usually after college, they see how.
Yeah, right when they're done with college, which is I think how it should be. I think they should draft.
But
Now
NBA,
in baseball they do either 18 or 21. And I think that's a good way too. Because the same thing, you draft some 18-year-old kid and then he goes to college or whatever, or whatever he decides to do. And then a couple of years later, you figure out like, okay, what do we want to do here? I think that's the way it should be. None of
okay,
this 18 is too
but
soon.
but let's think of it this way. Do you think maybe that they pull these guys pull them at 18 for baseball and hockey, basketball? I think it's a crapshoot, but because are you tuning in and watching, college baseball, college hockey? No. Are you tuning in and watching the the Final Four and watching college football every Saturday in fall?
Yeah.
It's about money. You can
Well,
draft them at 18 because no one cares. Oh, well, no one's watching you in college anyway. They hold off on those guys so they can get more one. They'll get more exposure because you're watching it.
well, what they do, it seems like what they do in hockey is, okay, we'll draft you, but you could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
You
they
could
can
play
go-
in the juniors, you could play in college, whatever, and then whenever you want to show up, whenever you want to show up to the AHL team, show up, So
Well, they
I don't
still have
like it.
to. Some of them go to college, and then some of them go. You'll see to like they'll go to the ECHL or the AHL. But there's even that weird hockey league. It's that like for in Johnstown, the Tomahawks. I don't know what league that is, but it's weird. It's like they
It's
play there until they go, oh, okay, someone in college kind of wanted you. They're like, oh, okay, bye. That's even weirder.
This just came in.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news. This is from Rob Rossi of The Athletic. There is mutual interest between Tristan Jarry and the Penguins on doing a new deal before free agency opens. My sense is conversations are ongoing, but term of potential contract remains a sticking point.
He's at 3 right now, correct?
3.5, something like that.
3.5, something like that. He wasn't that big. I
That's
think
too
Jarry-
much.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm telling you, I feel like if they keep it at that, if he says, "Hey, I'll stick with 3.5 for a year, 2," I bet you they'd keep him.
No,
I
no,
bet you they would.
one. You get 1 million and you like it.
They're not. He wouldn't.
Here's what I would do. Because Jari is in the worst possible negotiating spot. I would
but
sign.
he's not. See,
Yeah, he is.
You look at that last year and you say that, but he's still relatively cheap. Relatively cheap. There are still teams out there that are trash that would pick him up. You're in the Arizona Coyotes and you got, nobody or whatever. What are you doing? Hey man, he's still 0.9% save percentage or something.
Okay, if you knew nothing about the dude and you just looked at his, I don't even think his numbers were that good.
No, I read them off to you like the other day. I sent them to you.
No, he's in the. Here's what I would do, because he is in the worst possible negotiating spot. You sign a 1-year deal for peanuts, like $1 million or something like that. Then you see how you do in a year. It has to be better than what the heck he's been going through.
0.909 save percentage. His goals against is a little high, but I can also say if he had less shots, he was hitting 40 shots against games. Plus, remember I ran through all of that. I went through every game
those
and
are
looked at the shots against.
Those are wonderful, but the thing is, I have eyes, and I saw that he sucked. He played hurt. He played hurt. Okay, fine.
Whose fault was that though? What are you going to do? Throw it to Smith in after he was sucking it up?
I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know.
I mean, if he was actually playing hurt, which I don't know.
Did the medical team say, yeah, he's good to go, or did or did he say, I can't go out there? I don't know. I don't know what we don't know. I don't have sources.
We need to get a
This is
source.
why I need sources.
And somebody, anybody, but Tristan Jari, please give me a call. I'm just
Yes.
wondering. We have questions. We'll
Call
blur your face and we'll never say it was you.
call her about a professional wrestling career. You could form a tag team.
Yeah, we have nothing else to do. I mean, it looks like we might
You're
be unemployed
you're
for the
both
rest of the year.
unemployed.
I mean, I got a job offer just for being on here, so I don't know. What
There you go.
Maybe
There you go. This
it too.
is a springboard. Yeah, we'll see.
What if our other drafts? Did we draft other people? Didn't we?
We drafted other people. I mean, if you think a first round pick is a crapshoot, what do you think a second, third, fourth, and fifth round pick?
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that it wasn't. Oh,
Okay. The one dude that they drafted.
Emil?
Yeah. Email. I can't say it. You know who else I can't say? Capo. They're doing the Rangers.
Well, I don't know who it is because I can't even. I don't.
Capo.
You
know who I'm talking about. Capo.
I know, but I don't know the rest of his name.
I literally cannot say it, but yeah, email
Emil Pininamini.
Could you imagine, dude? We're if he shows up, he's either Panini Man or he's E Money. I like E Money.
Okay, E Money, but Pie. Just gonna call him Pie.
Pie.
He's a defenseman. We do need defenseman.
Sure. You know what? We're going to need a lot of things in 5 years when Crosby, Malkin, and Letang retired.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. How in the absolute everything that's holy in life, how do we get 2 men named Emil in this draft? Did you see that? My boy, your boy E Money and Emil Jarventi.
We got
Jarventi.
That's how that is Kyle Dubas's strategy. We're getting all the Emils.
We're trying to hit every letter of the alphabet.
I hope they're fast, because then we could call them Emils on wheels.
Stop it. Wait, what's the second Emil though? If Emil Jarventi
Emil, okay, this dude has dots over his letters. Emil Jarventi or Yarventi or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
I think
he's Swedish, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the dudes they all got were like all teammates or something like that.
Wait.
So that's probably what happened. He probably called one of them and said, "Hey, we're drafting you." It's like, "Hey, you totally should draft my teammates." It's like, that's a good idea.
He's a forward. So one's a defenseman, one's a forward. I was hoping they would be both defensemen so we could have the E line.
The E line, yes.
So I'm actually really hoping these guys pan out now. Now that I've looked at the deep Emils,
we need all the Emils. I don't know. Oh, there is a center for Columbus. His name is Emil Benstrom. Emil must be a popular name in Sweden.
Oh, but I guess it would be. Or Finn I thought the one guy was Finn, but maybe he's
not. There is a player, I don't know who he plays for, but his name is Emil Heineman. And okay, that might be all the emails.
Yeah, it's Finn. It's a Finnish name.
Okay.
Oh, well, both the emails are from Finland, so I'm assuming it's a Finnish name. I'm not to offend anyone from Finland, but I'm digging the Emil. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I want Emils on wheels.
But they're not on wheels.
We need that.
Maybe when they're 38 and they're still playing, and you're calling them geriatric, we can call them Emils on wheels.
That's one. Well, they're like 20 now, so that's 18 years from now. 18 years from now, none of us are going to be around. We're going to be in underwater cities. There's going to be a team in Atlantis. I know we're not going to be around. We're not treasures. You think 38's old? I'm way older than 38, so what?
You can't skate either.
I can't even
But you're
skate. Yeah.
judging the 18-year-olds that have skated since they were like 2 years old. They were born with hockey skates. That's how they came out.
Did you see that commercial where I forget who it is?
Is it? Wait.
It's
is it
it's one where somebody's
where-
holding a baby. It's like,
Yeah,
why,
he's like,
why don't you have your baby
yeah.
out on the ice?
And the toddler's like hitting all the guys and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you roll. That's what you do. I saw Troy Loney's kid when he was like 5 years old and he was playing with like 9 and 10-year-olds.
Well, you gotta, if you're good.
If you're good, you're gonna play with the big kids.
Yeah. But I do like that commercial. It makes me laugh. But then
Loser. You won't put your toddler out on the ice, you
probably start
loser.
saving for college. That guy looked so angry that he was making fun of his like 2-month baby.
Seriously, your baby's a loser. Your baby's a loser because he can't skate yet.
Did you watch the actual video of the draft or no?
No, I heard Carey Price couldn't pronounce the dude's name. That was pretty
He
funny.
forgot who it was. One, he forgot. Oops. But no, it was like they would call, and this is it. I was like, man, this thing could be done by now if everyone didn't have to hug 17 members of their family as they're coming down. They're shaking everyone's hand. I'm like, Undertaker makes it to the ring faster, guys. Let's roll. Then they get to the last guy, number 32, and he's just like happy to be there. And they announce it, and then Bettman comes on. He's like, "Okay, everybody, that's it. Goodbye. See you tomorrow at 10 o'clock." I'm like,
where's my hug?
that guy didn't even get a chance. They barely snapped the picture. You guys kicked him off the stage.
See, I don't. Did they hug Bettman?
I know they shake a hand, and then they're like,
Did you ever see the NFL draft? Yeah, they'll hug like mom and dad or whatever, but then they'll come up and hug the commissioner. What's his name?
"Oh, I know who you're talking about." And Goodman, Goodall.
Goodell. Yeah,
Goodell.
and they'll have this elaborate handshake thing, like they're lifelong friends, and they're hugging and doing this whole routine. Like, dude, you shut up. Just you're not their friends. Stop it.
How did they both know the routine?
Exactly.
Unless they're friends.
That's probably part of the deal. They probably like rehearse that for like the week up until the draft.
I mean, if I did it, I would chest bump Bettman. I'd be like, "No, we're not getting bam," and then I'd be like, "Picture time."
Check him. You know what? If you're
Knock
like
him
like
off, like he's at a podium, you knock him out of the way. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a coup. I am
Yeah.
now. I am now.
I am now in charge.
This is my league now.
We're putting a team in Johnstown. We're moving the Arizona Coyotes to Johnstown. The Johnstown Coyotes.
The rink's the same size, everybody. It's okay.
Seriously, it is. The War Memorial is a wonderful place to watch a hockey game. No joke. I love the War Memorial.
I once went back when it was the ECHL and it was the Chiefs. Okay, so they would play like the Wheeling Nailers and stuff. What are you doing? Oh,
I got my friend Hi Jen got me an autograph from Dave Hansen, Chiefs.
Well, I have a poster I got years ago. Actually in State College.
Oh, you got the didn't you get the glasses?
Oh, well, yeah, I have. Yeah. Well, yes. But I also have the goalie who signed it.
Ooh.
My poster, my movie poster. But I was there. The Chiefs were playing. It was, I don't know if it was Wheeling or if it was Reading or somebody, because it was like a rivalry. And I watched people fighting in the stands, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, right? They're going at it.
Wheeling and Johnstown were a
was,
bitter rivalry.
Yes.
Back when, because it was the Wheeling Nailers who were still around, and the Johnstown Chiefs were both in the ECHL. That was a bitter rivalry.
And I think I think Johnstown and Reading were big as well. Not as big.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure who they were playing. I just remember seeing fans fighting in the stands, pretty much. And then I went to the bathroom. I come out and two chicks were about to go at it in the bathroom. I'm like, this is wonderful.
This is amazing.
And I have been in full Penguins gear. I've been to Buffalo. Where else did I go? I know I've seen, the Verizon Center down in the Capstown. No one ever cared. I've never like I had the Buffalo guys were mad because we won, so we made it into the playoffs. It was 2015, and they were like Crosby who, and they were getting Eichel that year. I think they
We
drafted Eichel, and they were like, he's gonna be our savior.
Yeah, I've never had I mean, I don't go to too many away games, but I've never had a problem with other teams fans. I went to it was the Penguins were playing Ottawa in the playoffs one year, and this lovely I'm guessing they were a boyfriend girlfriend came, and they were young, they came down from Ottawa, and they were the nicest people.
18?
Yeah, I was pretty close. It was, it might have been 2018. It was pretty. No, wait, was it the year? Was it the year that it might have been the year that no, I don't think it was the year that what's his face this ruined the team. Kunitz's goal basically broke Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if it was that year or a previous year or something like that. Probably
that was
not,
a game 7 overtime or something.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm not a high roller enough to go get conference championship playoff tickets. So it's probably an earlier round. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go figure out this Rubik's Cube, and I'm gonna learn how to skate. So I got a busy day ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Good. Godspeed.
Go work on your pro wrestling career.
I'll try.
That's your homework.
I'm in wrestling now. Yeah, I can work that.
There you go. Okay, I'll see you.
See ya.